All right, how we doing? Check, check. We did. We good? We good? Audio's good. Oh, my audio's good. Hey, salute to Anthony for the give me the no audio. I hope you guys can hear me now. I know we've been off the radar for a while, you guys. But as I was saying, I said this on Jay's show, and it was more like I just want things to be official, or at least look like they're going to be official. We talked about the interviews with Kubiak. We talked about the interviews with Minter. All the entire coaching staff's interview or our head coaching interviews that Spytech and company were laying out, and it was a lot of head coaching. Every stone was like not left unturned. We interviewed so many coaches, but I think it started to become apparent who the Raiders were zeroing in on, and that was Clint Kubiak, the Seahawks offensive coordinator, and Davis Webb, the Broncos quarterback coach, who could be the Broncos offensive coordinator come next season. But Adam Schefter just broke news, you guys. He broke it 23 minutes ago that after meeting Saturday with Las Vegas and Arizona, Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak intends to try to work out a deal to become the next head coach of the Raiders. He also went on to say that no deal can be finalized until after the Super Bowl, but Clint Kubiak wants to coach the Raiders, and they want him to be their head coach. Now it's only a matter of time before the two sides can formalize a deal. I've also read, coming from Yahoo Sports, you guys, that the Raiders and Kubiak are planning to likely finalize a deal after the Super Bowl. So there is some steam starting to happen. We're starting to pick up steam with this, that Clint Kubiak, you guys, will likely be the 2026 Las Vegas Raiders head coach. Jeremy Fowler went on X to say, one thing I was told about Clint Kubiak in Las Vegas is that he and minority owner Tom Brady very much hit it off in the initial interview, saying, quote unquote, both are all about ball, a source said. He was able to create momentum with his initial interview, and that carried into this week. There's a lot of tweets coming out, you guys. Let me get to the chat though first before we get this started, because I know we're gonna probably get flooding from the chat. We got Jack. What's up, Raider Nation? Hey, what's up with you, man? Hey, CGR, are we good on the audio? We're good on the audio, right? Video's a little choppy. I have my cable in. How we doing on audio? I hope the audio is good. I hope the picture is good. I'm not seeing any issues on my end. CGR, it's a done deal. It's not official. But it is looking like they are going to finalize a deal after the Super Bowl. No deal. They can't make it official yet. They have to wait until the Super Bowl is done, and then they can actually make it an official and finalize a deal. Did he pull out of the Arizona interview? I don't know. I think he did have it. According to Adam Schefter, he did have an interview. He tweeted it out after meeting Saturday with Las Vegas, Arizona. It seems that he chose the Raiders over Arizona. We got in the building, Leak Eye. Man, the moderators are in the building. The Menace. Man, I feel like it's been a minute since I've seen you. Salute, man. Demokes in the building. Yeah, CGR, is it better? I hope it's better, man. I hope the picture is better. Clint Kubiak, I'm coming to Vegas for one reason and one reason only: the Raiders primo show. Hey, appreciate it, Clint, man. We got to get you on the show, man. We got to get you on the show. Hey, thank you for audio is good. Sean Johnson, the Ian report, and I'm sorry, Sean, bro. Shefty beat you, man. Shefty beat you, Sean. Like, bro, where you at? Nah, it's all love, brother. I know. Hey, you kind of hitting at it as well throughout the weeks. He says, salute Primos. This is a massive plan A. We landed. Phenomenal wide net coaching search. Proud of John Spytek and Tom Brady, Clint Kubiak, plus Fernando Mendoza. We're coming. Brand new era starts in 2026. And that's where, and that is why we are excited. That is why I am excited. Am I saying this is going to work? No, because I can't tell the future. Am I hoping it works out? And does it look like it could work out? Yes. Tom Brady and Spygate clearly have a plan here, you guys. And we talked about like how past regimes, it just seemed like there was no plan. They try to put band-aids on positions that just were not going to work out. Where that was the quarterback position, that was at edge, that was at linebackers, at corners. They were just putting band-aids on at every other position. Now you got a young, innovative, offensive-minded head coach that you're likely going to pair up with your young quarterback, and it seems your general manager has a plan moving forward. My thing is this, you guys, they have to commit to Clint Kubiak. They have to commit to Clint Kubiak, and you have to give him at least 3 to 5 years to build this thing right. You cannot give him a year. You cannot give him 2 years and then fire him if things are not looking well. You got to give him the tools, give him the pieces, and if him and his coaching staff can help develop the players that are in the building and that come into the building, I think they could be a playoff contender. Well, I'm hoping that they are a playoff contender by 2028. 2026 and 2027, you guys are building years. 2026, I'm not going into the season that we're going to win 10, 12 games. I will be happy we win 6 or 7. But that competitiveness that we talked about with Pete Carroll, that's what I want to see next season. Are we competitive in the games? I don't want to see no blowouts. I know they're probably going to come, but I want to see the players fighting out there every single Sunday. And I expect to see that with Clint Kubiak at the helm. 2027, you guys, they can add a little bit more pieces. Not only do you have Fernando Mendoza as your quarterback, you got Brock Bowers, Genty. You got a young wide receiver core on that offense. You can build that offensive line even more if you want in 2027. In addition to building that defense up, the defense is really what's going to be nerve-wracking because there are so many holes on that defense. You need a whole new corner room. You need a whole new linebacker room. You need more men on the defensive line. We do have some young guys that you compare up next to Max Crosby. But again, what are we going to do at edge? Are you going to put Tyree Wilson back out there? Malcolm Kuntz is a free agent. There's a lot of moving pieces on that defense. To move. Axel, FYI, the Clint Kubiak dude totally isn't me. I believe you, Axel. I believe you. I'm skeptical. Kubiak had one good season as an OC and 2 whole years of OC experience. It doesn't seem like a recipe for success. And you're right, Axel. Going back to his New Orleans days when he was the offensive coordinator before going to Seattle, he was a name that a lot of Raider fans wanted to look at, even including myself. And it didn't look good in New Orleans. It didn't. But look at what he had with New Orleans. He had Spencer Rattler throwing the football, turning the ball over. And he had one thing about Clint, Axel, even now, like looking back at what he was doing with New Orleans and now what he's doing with Seattle, he always tries to get his superstars to football. With Seattle, it was JSN. It was also Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker. Those top, your superstars on the offense. In New Orleans, he was doing his best to scheme Olave open and get Olave the football. Why? Because Olave was the best. Him and Shaheed were the best weapons on that field. Now, fast forward to what he has done with Seattle. Yeah, he has 2 years of OC experience, but his scheming, the way he schemes guys open, and he loves to run the football. He loves to get his superstars the football. I believe that Brock Bowers will be heavily involved, not just these 1 year, like not just these one off times where he has 3 touchdowns against Jacksonville or has a nice one-handed catch against Chargers. Like, no, he is going to be part of the game plan. Get him the football no matter what. Run Genty, but this is where we're going to have to look either in free agency or the draft for a backup running back, because I would love to see a running back come in and share the load with Ashton Genty, but also that can kind of be like the Detroit Lions, Montgomery and Gibbs, that fire and lightning type deal. You want to have that 1-2 punch, and it seems that's what really helps Seattle offense this season, is having a 1-2 punch in the run game with Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. It also brought pressure off Sam Darnold. Now, I will say this. the quarterback position from Seattle, we're talking about Sam Darnold, we're talking about New Orleans quarterback, Spencer Rattler and company. They did not by any means like catch you on from from the stat standpoint, they didn't blow you away. Now let's talk about the playoffs. Now, Darnold is in the playoffs in Seattle. He couldn't do nothing last year with the Vikings. Fast forward to this year with Seattle, Clint has him firing on all cylinders. Had 3 touchdown passes against the Rams. They blew Kenneth Walker had 3 rushing touchdowns against the Niners. They blew them out. So it's a risky move, Axel. Like, all to say that it's a risky move. I hear you, bro. It's a very, very risky move because Kubiak had 1 good season. I looked at that as well. But if that's who Spytech wants, you go get that guy. I say that, Axel, because you want your head coach and your GM to be on the same page. And if Clint Kubiak wants to be here and Spytech wants him to be here, that I get it. Hey, I don't blame you, bro. I'm scared. Like I said, it's a risky move, but you want those two to be on the same page. Leak got 8 likes, 21 viewers. Let's go, nation. Run those likes up. Appreciate it, Leak. Yeah, you guys get them likes up. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already, and hit that bell so you guys are not missing anything from Raider Primos. Sean says all the head coaches I noticed the other 8 have been given 5 years. It's probably a 5-year, $75 million at $15 million per year, my guess. And they gotta stick with that. They gotta stick with that. I mean, I would say by year 3, Sean, like it has to be a playoff caliber team. He had Derek Carr. I thought he had Rattler, unless it was when Carr got hurt. So I'm not saying he's bad, but an OC should have at least 3 years of experience before head coaching that protects both the team and the coordinator. Now, I hear you, bro. I hear you. And I think they would have loved probably to wait that out, but just because his name was high on Arizona's list, likely, and also on their list, they had to pull the trigger. Oh, he had Carr, Kamara, Shahid, and Olave. I just know it didn't really look well after, like, was it that year that Carr in the first 2 weeks they were like blowing people out, and then they like lost like 7 straight. Oh yeah, XL. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm excited. I'm happy that he's here, but you still got to prove your worth, right? You got to prove your worth. Oh, it was the same year. Okay. Hey, if the offense can look anything like the first 2 weeks, and hopefully don't fall off like the next 7. Yeah, he did it, but like I said, now he's doing it with Seattle. So it's like, what version of are we gonna get? We're gonna get the New Orleans version, or are we gonna get the Seattle Seahawks version? And that Raider PTSD always creeps up in the back of my mind. Like, how is this going to like just blow up in our face? Hopefully it doesn't. Leakai, look at Kingsbury. He had 1 good season with the Commanders, fall out the following season. And who knows? Now we get to talk about coordinators, you guys. Offensive coordinator, offensive line coach, defensive coordinator. Sean Johnson says 2021 Minnesota Vikings offensive coordinator, 14th in total offense, 24th in scoring, 11th in passing, 17th in rushing. And was that Kubiak? He was the coordinator? Let me see. Let me see his coach, because I know he was offensive coordinator for the Saints. He was passing game coordinator. Oh yeah, he was offensive quarterback coach and offensive coordinator for the Vikings from 2013 to 2014, and then 2019 to 2021. He was the Denver Broncos offensive assistant / passing game coordinator in 2016 and 2018, and then in 2022, he was the San Francisco Niners passing game coordinator in 2023, offensive coordinator for the Saints in 2024, and then Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator in 2025. And then also, you guys, we're going based off. We're also talking about potential people that he might bring with him, you guys, to the Raiders. There was Ted Nugent on X said the most important coach that Kubiak has to take with him, and believe he will, is offensive line coach John Benton. He should give him the OC title and a big salary. Now, you guys are probably wondering, who is John Benton? I believe he is the offensive line coach for the Seattle Seahawks currently. Sorry. I'm not coaching tree, coaching history. Sorry, guys, just waking up. So yeah, John Benton, he's a veteran NFL offensive line coach with over 30 years of experience. He's known for implementing an effective run game schemes and developing linemen. He is currently with the Seattle Seahawks in 2025. He has held major O-line roles with the Rams, Texans, Dolphins, Jaguars, 49ers, Jets, and Saints, and also appeared in the 2019 Super Bowl, which I believe he was with the 49ers for that. So Kubiak, it seems that he could likely bring John Benton from Seattle over with him to the Raiders. And they are saying that to give him like the OC title and a big salary. We'll see about that. It seems that he's more known of being the offensive line coach than being an actual OC. But we'll have to wait and see. Once the deal gets finalized, you guys, with Kubiak, best believe we will start hearing more rumblings of the coordinators and him filling those positions. Let me see who else. Let me see. Sean. Oh, he's bringing out all the stops. 2022 Denver Broncos. He was the passing game coordinator, and he was the play caller from week 11. He improved passing game after taking over play calling duties. In 2024, New Orleans Saints offensive coordinator. They were 24th in total offense, 19th in scoring, 14th in rushing. 2025 Seahawks, 3rd in total offense, 1st in scoring, 8th in passing, 10th in rushing. Hey, that's the thing though, Sean. These are like a tale of two. These are two different what could it be? What made the difference? I don't know. But also, you guys, coming on X, Shefty 6 minutes ago just posted what Clint Kubiak is expected to step into with the Las Vegas Raiders. He has the number 1 overall pick with a chance to select Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza. He has offensive weapons including Ashton Jeanty and Brock Bowers. He is projected to have $90 million in cap space, and he also has Tom Brady as part of the ownership group. And it does seem like, you guys, that that Brady played a big time role in luring Clint Kubiak here. So that is the news, you guys. Let me get in my quick thoughts, you guys. Kind of a recap of what I was talking about earlier with the Clint Kubiak's potential deal to be done. Like I said, you guys, the deal cannot be officially finalized until after the Super Bowl. So yes, we are going to be waiting another week. This is probably going to be a stressful week. We have an idea who the guy is going to be, and it sounds like it's going to be Clint Kubiak, but the deal is going to be finalized after the Super Bowl. And from there, we can start. Now we have a direction. This is what's going to be why it is very, very going to start being fun in the offseason. Is now that we know who the head coaching is, we now can kind of put some names out there for the coordinator positions. We now can possibly piece some free agency pieces, the draft. Like, it's going to be very, very easy now to kind of throwing a theory out there what direction the Raiders may go in, because now we know who's running the show, and it is Clint Kubiak, Seahawks offensive coordinator. He is likely going to be coming in to Las Vegas to be the Raiders head coach. Shefty tweeted it. It is all over social media, you guys. Clint Kubiak and the Raiders to finalize a deal after the Super Bowl, you guys. Wanted to come on here quick live Wasn't going to be too long because I think we all knew the writing was on the wall. But I wanted to fill you in, you guys, that this deal is looking like it's going to happen. It seems like it's going to happen. Clint Kubiak to the Raiders. You can book it for 2026. Once that deal goes finalized, you guys, I likely will be live all week. I'm just going to plan some shows, possibly try to see if I can reach out to Jay Raider or maybe Raider Will, get them on. Want to get their thoughts on this whole situation. But yes, you guys, Clint Kubiak and the Raiders, it seems like they are at an agreement, and there is a deal that could be put in place and become official after the Super Bowl. You guys, hey, be optimistic, you guys. You know, the thing is, you guys, Kubiak was their number one guy. And Brady and Spytek locked in their number one guy. They tried to lock in Ben Johnson last year. It didn't happen. They wanted Matthew Stafford. It didn't happen. Now, not only do they get their guy at the head coaching spot, they could possibly locate their quarterback. That if they do like Fernando Mendoza, they could potentially they have the first overall pick to get him. There's no excuses. If you want Mendoza, you send the card in. And also, you guys, real quick, Daniel Jeremiah, I believe he was on the Rich Eisen show. Speaking of the first overall pick and Fernando Mendoza, he put a report out, or not a report, but on the show, he said that the Jets would not hesitate to trade up with the Raiders. They would, in fact, try to trade up with the Raiders, but it seems that the Raiders will not trade back, as they do have their sights set on Fernando Mendoza, and it seems like that will be the pick at 1 is Fernando Mendoza. But again, it's all speculation until come April. We don't know until it's official. But anyways, you guys, unless anything else comes out, we will we'll be watching. I will be watching X. I will be watching for any other Raiders updates, and we will be back here if Jay and Raider will hit me up, or if Jay has a show, I'll try to see if I can pull up on his channel because like I said, breaking news, you guys, Kubiak Raiders to finalize a deal after the Super Bowl. Let me get into some more of these comments before we head out. Leak Guy, I hope it doesn't distract him in the Super Bowl. Gotta let him win the ring, win in the same situation as Saints of them hiring more. Hey, I would love it. Leak Guy. And the thing is, it's a tough game because New England's defense is very, very strong. So this is a really, really good test. Super Bowl, very, very good defense. Let's see how that offense performs against the New England Patriots. That is a very, very tough New England defense that Seattle is going against. So it's going to be a fun Super Bowl to watch. Leak Guy, here's a name Kubiak needs to go for DC, Jim Schwartz. And I did see that name getting thrown around. And we'll see, Leak Guy, we'll see. But there is some defensive coordinators out there, for me, like a Raheem Morris. I like Raheem Morris. I think he's one of those that he should have got a bet. I think he should have got a longer shot. I think Atlanta gave up on him too quickly. But he is a really, really good defense coordinator to look at. Jim Schwartz, like you said, Leak Guy. You can give him a look. There's names out there to look at at the defensive coordinator position. And hey, appreciate you guys for pulling up. Okay, this this does not happen without you guys. So appreciate every single one of you guys. Yes, it was a quick live, but like I said, you guys hit that bell so you guys are not missing anything in case I come live again tonight or even tomorrow, because it seems we are going to be going back to that schedule of Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mainly, I was quiet, just monitoring the Raiders situation. You guys knew I wanted Kubiak. Kubiak was not my number one, but there was a lot of stones that were being turned during the coaching search, and it seemed the Raiders zeroed in on Kubiak, and it seems that the Raiders will be getting their guy in Clint Kubiak from Seattle. But with that being said, you guys have an amazing rest of your Sunday. Just want to pop in, give you guys that update. Kubiak Raiders finalizing a deal after the Super Bowl. That's where it's looking like it's going. So Kubiak could be the Raiders head coach in 2026. Again, you guys, nothing official, but there is steam that it's likely a done deal. It just needs to be official after the Super Bowl. Appreciate every single one of you guys. On the way out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.